Hi, and welcome to In Brandon. Today I'm here with Rodman Batson from Peak Performance. Welcome, Rodman.
Hi.
And we're going to be talking squash today.
Yeah.
So let's just give a general sense of the squash community in and around Brandon and what's going on with that.
Sure. So the Brandon, our squash club and league runs out of Peak. We have about 40 players. It's a growing community. We have a good variety of skill. We have semi-pro players all the way down to beginner and juniors. So it's a good spread skill sets there. There's tons of age groups, so it's a good community for sure.
So within the community, you said there's all kinds of levels. So you're always looking for new players and stuff coming in. But what do players need in order to start playing squash?
Basically, we provide the equipment if they didn't have their own squash rackets and balls, but you really need a wall to hit a ball against, to get the fundamentals down, which is for your first couple lessons is usually contacting the ball and just getting the coordination down. So it's pretty basic as far as equipment needed to top in, and we provide lessons and stuff like that for people that want to try out the game. It's a racket sport, so if anybody's ever played badminton or tennis, they usually have a pretty easy time translating over to squash.
Well, that's good. So those people can come in and try it out without making an investment in the sport with the rackets and goggles and
exactly
all that kind of stuff. So no, that's really good. So how does your league work when you do start playing a little more competitively?
Well, we actually ran a new format this year. It's working out great. It's a league ladder with a little bit of team. So there's a little bit of structure involved where there's support, but it's ranked according to skill level. So that way you're matching up against a competitive opponent each week. You usually play about once a week, depending on the availability. Again, a huge advantage of squash, it's not a team sport, so you're only playing against one player. You can play against 2 to 3, there's double squash as well, but you don't need 10, 20 people to go play a game. So it's the courts are always open. So there's the squash sport it's good to see it's growing back in Brandon.
And you also have a junior program too.
That's correct. Yeah, we have a junior program. We have kids as young as 8 years old that are in the junior program, starting to learn squash. It's a couple of nights a week. It's no commitment. It also is on the weekends. We have like spring registration coming up. So yeah, the junior squash program. Eventually, those juniors turn into older players, which is good. And in the past, Brandon has had some pretty successful squash players, so the juniors they'll come back eventually.
And you were mentioning a little bit, you have a little program that involves the schools too?
Yeah, actually, we have this like a schools initiation, I guess you could say, program, where if a gym class or whatever, a class in general wants to come out, maybe try some squash, we have instructors there that provide the entry-level lessons. It's fun, they have games and stuff like that. It only takes about an hour, 45 minutes. So it's good for the schools to kind of come out, try a new game. This gyms might not have, the gymnasiums might not have, an actual squash court. So once they get into the squash actual court, they can start learning some of the tactics, and it's a little more realistic, I guess you could say.
Right, so you're talking about your junior registration.
Yeah.
When and where is that?
The junior registration will be starting at the end of our current season. So probably in springtime, like April, May, we'll be starting the junior registration, as well as just the next season of squash registration as well.
All right. Okay. Big event coming up for the squash community here in Brandon.
Yes, so it's at Manitoba, I guess, the Brandon Open, where Brandon is Manitoba's second largest city. So Squash Manitoba sanctioned us a tournament. So we have players coming from Saskatchewan, Manitoba, all over Manitoba, Dauphin, Winnipeg, participating in the tournament. The participation numbers have grown from last year, so it's looking to be a really interesting tournament.
So how many participants are you looking for this year?
We're hoping to have around 45 participants. And if people want to come out and try, there's open skill levels. If they want to try squash, we have an entry level division. So if they have their equipment, they're more than welcome to register and try it out. There's also some prizes and stuff available for some of the finalists and stuff like that. And it's free admission too. So if anybody, like I said, wants to come even watch some of the squash, watch some local athletes, doors are open.
And so what are the dates of the event?
The tournament registration deadline is the 20th of February. We might extend that deadline, but encourage people to still get it in before. But the actual tournament runs February 24th till the 26th. So Sunday is the finals.
Right. So you mentioned that spectators are welcome. So is there they come in to the peak performance and just
doors open,
cop squat?
Yeah,
and
there's couches, loft there, training loft. It's a really inviting environment. There'll be there'll be food and some pop and stuff like that being served. So it's a good community tournament.
And it's a high level tournament too.
Yeah.
So the entertainment value will be there for watching some good sports.
For sure. Actually, one of our league members recently just won the B division out of Winnipeg. The Manitoba closed, so it's an invitational only, and he went out and won. We had one of our members win the C division, so we're hoping that there'll be quite a few Winnipeg people coming down to try to redeem themselves from that loss that they know that Chris Kennedy took or gave them.
Right. So you're still looking for some participants?
Yeah. The registration is open till the 20th. So if anybody wants to register, they could either contact us or go to our website or Squash Canada and register. There's A divisions all the way down to D. So whatever skill.
That's great. Yeah, and you have a little event going on after.
That's right.
After the tournament too, right?
We're also doing, I guess it's like an intro to squash for people that have maybe never seen squash or experienced it, or they want to come try it. It's a free clinic. It's for juniors all the way to adults. There's also women's only if a women's a little worried about learning a new sport, getting intimidated or whatever. There's women's only classes, so that'll be running the week after our tournament, and we'll also be doing that once a month, and that information will just be on our website.
Right. So is there a cost for these workshops?
No, the workshops included. It's free, open to the public. We provide, like I said, the equipment, the glasses, the goggles, the ball, the court, the instruction, and everything. So
that's great. Okay, so let's just have a little recap of your tournament again, on the dates and.
So the Brandon Open, basically the entry deadline is the 20th of February, and the tournament starts on Friday at 5 o'clock. There'll be games going till 10 p.m. That night. Saturday morning, the 25th. Again, the games start at 10 a.m. They'll be running throughout the day. There's a couple intermissions for lunch break and stuff like that, and then the finals will be on Sunday around lunchtime.
Excellent. So the 20th, is that a hard cutoff date?
It's pretty flexible.
Pretty flexible?
The 22nd is the realistic last day that will allow people to register. We want to try to give people time for travel arrangements and stuff like that, especially the out-of-town folks. So we're trying to give them, that 20th. But there's always a couple late participants that want to join up last minute. We don't want to discourage them, but just if they could register early.
Register as early as possible.
Yes, exactly.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much, Rodman.
Thank you. No problem.
All right. Good luck.
Thank you.